Hey everybody, this is Jeremy here, Maine Machinist Channel, and today with the help of a $199 Harbor Freight coupon, I decided to pull the trigger on one of those 20-ton Harbor Freight presses. Now my local Harbor Freight associate was a little bit skeptical if I'd be able to get this press into the car, but with a little finagling and knocking down that rear seat, we were able to get this Central Machinery 20-ton H-frame press into the trunk. Now let's see if going into 2025, heading into the late summer of 2025, it's going to be the 2026 sales year coming up very soon with most of these stores where they start releasing a lot of the new models or whatever. Let's see, I do notice there's a new sticker and new label for this type of press. This press has been around for a very long time. Let's unbox this one, set it up, see if we notice anything different about it, and see if it's really worth it. I think for $200, we can't go wrong, but let's find out. And here she is in all of her beauty. The Central Machinery 20-ton shop press. Now, just looking at it, my initial thoughts, I still have some concerns about the quality of these presses. Now, there's very tiny things that they could have done to improve it. Take a look down in here. You know, they spot weld. Why not? How much more money is it going to really cost? How much more time is it going to cost to put a full weld in there? You can see it again on this side. Just do it. Just do it. You got a full weld wrapped around here. You could also have done this. I don't know why they do that. I mean, they're saving fractions of a cent probably on each one. But, you know, besides that, things look okay. You can't really tell because of the coating, but you know, they tried. Some of the welds are kind of boogery looking. But let's get this thing set up. We're going to try it out, and we're going to see how this baby works. One thing I noticed is they've improved the quality of the manuals. The paper is a little bit thicker than on some of the older Harbor Freight stuff that I bought. It's a very high gloss. It looks better. So they've done some work on these. Now, anything that you get from Harbor Freight, I usually call it is a kit. You're not really buying a press. You're buying a press kit that you can do improvements on, and part of that is, of course, you have to assemble it. Now we're going to see as we go along if any changes have been made on the assembly process that aren't reflected in the manual, because I've seen that with Harbor Freight in the past. You get the manual and it tells you to do things where they've changed the design but they never updated the manual. So we'll take a look at that. Are. A few takeaways from this now that it's all put together. Number one, I'm not a fan of the hardware that they use. I don't like that the hardware is mismatched. Now, you may just be calling me picky on this, but they have lock washers here with regular nuts, but everything else on the press has these nylon lock nuts, and I don't like the quality of the nylon lock nuts at all. They felt very cheap, and one of them felt like it just wanted to kind of almost strip the nylon section out when I was torquing it down. I did use blue Loctite on all of the fasteners just to make sure everything's good. Now here's the big issue that I have with this press. I just don't like the style of this press compared to the Dake press. Some of you remember my Dake press that I had before I sold off some of my machinery equipment. But this Harbor Freight press just has a lot of play everywhere. The way it's made, you can rack the bottle jack. It doesn't really stay centered. I mean, you got to kind of watch what you're doing, and that's fine, but it creates a scenario where you could go sideways real quick. You got to really watch your setups on this, and it could be a safety issue. Now, I've seen some articles on Home Shop Machinists and other places where the jack was not centered and everything was not set up properly, and the jack actually blew out this small collar that they have on there. This collar should be double the length of that, and it should be much beefier. I mean, you can see how that could cause problems. But for $199, which is what I bought this with on an Inside Track coupon, you can't really do much better for $199. So like I said earlier in the video, everything with Harbor Freight is a kit. You're not really buying a press, you're buying a press kit. You're not really buying a bandsaw, you're buying a bandsaw kit. And you bring it home and you can use it as is and get by with it, or you can do the upgrades. So I will probably be upgrading this as I go along. I'll add some videos online to the upgrades, but I hope you enjoyed watching me assemble this. This is the 2025, I believe this is probably going to be the 2026 version of this press. Now, why do I say that in closing? I notice that Harbor Freight often changes the models up a little bit, or they bring out updates in the fall. Seems like they tend to have a big parking lot sale and they liquidate some stuff off, and they come out with rebadged, rebranded, a little bit of updates sometimes in the fall. I've noticed it. I don't know if you've noticed that. But I believe that this, the badging, the branding, the stickers on this seems like it's a little bit new. The manual was fine. There was nothing in there that was outdated. But I think this may be the 2026 edition here in late summer of 2025. So keep an eye on this in your local Harbor Freight. If you have anything to add to this, go in the comments. Let me know what you think about this press, what you've done for mods to this press, if you've had any dangerous things happen with this press, and I'll make sure that I respond. I try to respond to every single comment on this channel. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.